We all make mistakes, but by following a few simple rules during recording, we can make it relatively easy to fix those mistakes and end up with a professional looking and sounding screencast. First, before starting to record, make sure that you have a clean starting state for your document. That way, if you need to start over, you can quickly and easily get back to the starting state for your project file. For instance, I'll typically go into my Documents folder and press Command-Shift-N to create a new folder and call it Backups. Then, before beginning to record, I'll hold down the Option key on my keyboard and click and drag my project file into that Backups folder. Notice that as you hover your mouse over top of the folder, the mouse gets a green icon with a plus indicating that you're going to make a copy into this location. When you release your mouse, the copy is made. Now you know you're covered. If you have to start over, you can delete your existing project file by selecting it and pressing Command-Delete on the keyboard or dragging it to the trash, and then hold down the Option key and drag out a new copy from your backup folder, and you're ready to begin recording a new take. The next and perhaps most important rule when you're recording is if you make a simple mistake, pause and let go of the mouse. Take a second to gather your thoughts. Back up in your script to the last complete thought or phrase. Take a deep breath and then start again. Use the mouse movement tricks we discussed in the last movie if need be. By taking a second to pause and back up, you'll give yourself a second to relax and clearly think about the line before you give it again. By backing up a few words or lines, you'll give yourself more options for where you need to make a clean edit between the first take and any additional takes that you may need to make. Another benefit to this method is that by taking a second to pause before continuing, you'll give yourself a visual cue in the recording that will be clearly visible in the audio waveform of the recorded track. You may want to also say something like rephrase, edit, or oops, helping to ensure that you won't miss the mistake. For instance, I have the tabs.camproj file open. Look at the audio waveform here. Can you see where the mistakes might be? Let me play it back for you to see if you were right. In this movie, we're going to explore working with tabs in the Safari web browser. Tabs allow us to have multiple web pages open at the same time in the same window and easily click back and forth between them. To open a new tab in your To open a new tab in your browser, simply go up to the To open a new tab in your browser, simply go up to the File menu and select New Tab from the drop-down menu. A new tab is opened up and automatically selected for us. Once you know what you're looking for, you can clearly see where I've paused during the recording, and the rephrase cues really jump out at you. With a little practice, you'll start to learn what your own speech pattern looks like, and you'll get efficient at seeing these visual cues. We'll look at how to make these edits in a later movie. I'm going to launch my recorder and start a new recording like we've already seen. Sometimes you may need to pause for a little bit longer than just a few seconds after making a mistake. If so, press Command-Shift-2 on your keyboard to pause the recording and regather your thoughts. And then, when you're ready to continue, you can click the Resume button or press Command-Shift-2 again to resume recording right where you left off. Occasionally, a mistake is bad enough, though, that it will be easier to simply stop the movie and start all over again. But don't just automatically click the Delete button. Name it like you normally would, but at the end, add _bad take in all caps, then press Complete. This bad take may be essential for you to see exactly how your screen or settings were configured. You may also find this file helpful to review and understand what went wrong as you refine your presentation for another take. You can easily delete the file at a later time when it's no longer necessary. One final note about mistakes. Remember, every single video you've ever watched here on lynda.com has been edited by a team of professional editors who work really hard to catch and remove all of our mistakes, making us look as good as we possibly can. Not with the goal of producing a perfect screencast, but to produce a great learning experience for you. So try not to get too hung up on making the perfect screencast, but rather make your screencast. Tell your story to the best of your abilities. Get it out there for your viewers to see. If you add what you learn in this course to the amazing story that you have inside of you, then your screencast is gonna be great.